One. Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Storyteller Studio podcast. I'm your host, T. Hems. We've been on a little hiatus these last couple of weeks, been busy with work and different things going on. Um, Happy to be back, man. It's been a lot going on in sports, it's been a lot going on in the city and the world. Um, been a lot going on, man, but definitely you guys make sure y'all like, rate, and subscribe. It don't cost to hit that like button. One touch of a flick, and we gonna be lit. You already know the vibes. Action packed show for y'all tonight. I ain't gonna be on too long, but I don't want to get long winded. I want to get right to the shits. I thank y'all for tuning in with me every week. I decided to go live tonight because I know today's Monday, but it's been a busy day so far for me. But I got a little free time on my hands, so decided to do a live. I think I'm gonna do another show on Thursday. I know the Thursday night game coming up. I'm not sure who plays Thursday. I gotta double check uh my notes and all that when I get the time later in the week. So um the Bears, man, we in first place, bro. Our Bears are in first place. I can't believe it. I'm very, very proud and very happy to see these guys playing the way they're playing right now. It's been an honor to watch this team play these last 11 weeks of football. From September to now, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I truly believe that this team can make the playoffs, man. And I did see an interview with Ben Johnson earlier. When I got home from work, I was watching Fox News. And he basically was nonchalant about them making the playoffs. He said, "Man, the job is not done until they clinch a playoff berth in you know, going into next month. Then we will know uh, where they will be or who they'll be playing if they, continue winning and continue this win streak that they've been on. So, 3 games in a row. We beat the Cincinnati Bengals, and last week we beat the New York Giants. And let's get right to the game yesterday as we got our revenge on the Minnesota Vikings and put belt to ass on JJ McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings. Caleb Williams had some nice moments, but he also missed some big time throws, including what looked to be a near 90-yard touchdown pass to second year wideout Roma Dunze. The wideouts, they dropped a lot of passes yesterday. And offensive line, while supplying Caleb ample time to throw the ball at times, in spite of some creative looks from Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores, also committed some bad penalties. Um, so I like to give an offensive game ball. This is a segment I want to do every week. To our starting running back, DeAndre Swift. He looked to once again having himself a great game. When the Bears needed big yards more than often, he definitely supplied them. Swift ran the ball 21 times for 90 yards. That is equaling a 4.3 yards per carry. I gotta say, I kind of wish we used Kyle Monungai a lot more in yesterday's game. I think we would have won by more points. Um, Kyle Monungai actually had the first touchdown of the game for us, a 1 yard line touchdown he picked up. I also want to give another game ball to Cole Kmet, our veteran big tight end. He also had himself a huge game and was very productive in earning tough yards after contact. He led the Bears in receiving with 45 yards on 5 catches, and our other rookie tight end, Colston Loveland, was also good down the stretch, hauling in 3 passes for 40 yards, including a big first down conversion. I like to see where Colston is more involved early rather than number 3 tight end Durham Smith, who was targeted multiple times and had some bad drops. Um, Now, on the other side of the ball, our defensive game ball definitely has to go to the veteran safety, Kevin Byard III. He's definitely been the best secondary player for us all year. This game had the possibility of being ugly for the Bears given injuries to the secondary. Cornerback Nashawn Wright had a fantastic interception in the end zone, but also spent much of the day getting worked over pretty good by Jordan Addison. Luckily for the Bears, McCarthy stunk and Addison dropped some of the passes that actually did hit him in the hands. So we look elsewhere in the secondary to Kevin Byard III, who had another yet who had yet another interception, his league leading fifth in this one. And look at the ground he covered in getting this one in the second quarter. Um Also on special teams, I gotta give a big shout out to the boy Kevin, not Kevin, the kick returner, Devin Duvernay. He channeled his famous Devin Hester move around these parts with some late game heroics on Sunday after the Vikings scored a go-ahead touchdown with 50 seconds remaining in the game. Duvernay returned the Vikings kickoff 56 yards to put the Bears in a near field goal range to kick in winning walk-off fashion. Um, that was Duvernay's only kickoff return in the entire game. He had two punt returns for a total of 11 yards. But this kickoff turn was gigantic, allowing the Bears to simply run the ball to get in position to win the game. I also considered veteran kicker Cairo Santos for the game ball, but there's certainly an argument to be made. He was 1 for 1 on extra points and 4 for 5 on field goals, including the game winner as time experienced. But I lean Duvernay due to Santos missing a critical 45-yard field goal kick with 8:13 left in the game that would have put the Bears up 19-10. If you say that you weren't nervous with Santos kicking that 48-yard field goal after missing that previous one, I'd imagine that you're bluffing. Kudos to Cairo for coming through in the clutch and making it, but the truth of the matter is, the Bears should have put it away early, but the ineffective offense, as well as Santos' critical miss, were to blame. Um, my quick assessment, that was a quick breakdown, my game ball segments. I'm gonna be doing that after each big game as the season continues and prolongs. Um, I have to say this, man. Caleb Williams, another stat I want to read through my notes right here. Caleb Williams was is the second youngest quarterback since 1950 with three straight fourth quarter comebacks. With the young lad, second year QB being 23 years old, he got this achievement done in 363 days. So I got to take my hat off to this team, man. I love what Ben Johnson has done. I love his no holds barred, standing on 10 toes, standing on business attitude with this team, bro. Like he has these guys. Ooh, excuse me, I had to burp. He has these guys ready for war. They step on that field, you know that they have a chance to win. And they're playing with a very confident high right now because after we lost to Baltimore in week 8, it was like guys weren't really down, but they knew they were supposed to win that game. It was a test, losing to a backup quarterback in Tyler Huntley with no Lamar Jackson. That game was a very winnable game for them. And at that same time, the Ravens were getting their defense back. Guys like Roquan Smith, Jair Alexander, these different guys, who's, you know, great pro bowlers in their, respected careers. They were getting back healthy. So that definitely was a plus more than a minus for the Baltimore Ravens on that specific game. But I just think it was a lot of nervousness in that game, and guys weren't playing up to their best ability. They were playing more than likely down to competition, and that's why we took that L. Well, as we fast forward to week 11 yesterday, the Minnesota Vikings on the other side of the ball, they it's just been a lot going this year, man. I don't know if JJ McCarthy is going to be the future quarterback for this team. I do see them probably going to draft a quarterback, as well as some more secondary players in their backyard in a backfield because I don't know, man. JJ McCarthy has been an injury prone guy and he's only played this is just his really his rookie year. This is like his red shirt rookie year. Really his second year, but he's really a rookie in football sense. But there I don't see him being the quarterback for too much longer this future unless they really truly believe he's the man with the plan to win. I don't see this guy being around much longer. I know this is his first year actually playing, but he's missed a lot of time this year, and he missed all of his rookie year last year. So I don't know what to say, man. I do believe that Justin, if I'm Justin Jefferson, I don't know what Justin Jefferson's contract looks like for the near future. But I'm looking to go somewhere else, man, because he's too talented of a wide receiver to be in a losing situation, bro. To be in a losing organization, they haven't really done much since uh last year. Actually, they when I'm stuttering like a motherfucker. I'm sorry, y'all. The problem for me for the Minnesota Vikings is that they did not keep Sam Darnold. And you see what Sam Darnold is doing with Seattle right now with the Seahawks. They did lose a close game yesterday to the Los Angeles Rams, that is. And he has this team on a high, bro. They're playing very, very well. Um, my only pet peeve for them, or my only gripe to have with the Seahawks, is that their running game sometimes is not where it should be. I mean, they do have solid running backs with Zach Cabernet and my dog Kenneth Walker the third. Any given week these guys could get off, but it seems like a lot of teams within their division in the NFC have figured out how to slow those guys down, similar to how a lot of teams have figured out how to slow down Saquon Barkley. And you see, he hasn't had a great running year this year as he did last year when he ran for 2,000 yards. But I do want to get into the Eagles versus Lions game, Sunday night game last night. Let's get right into that. Let me pull my notes up right here. Give me 1 second, you guys. Hope everybody had a great, safe weekend. Let's get right to it. Let me read off some stats here for you guys. Let's see what we got. Give me 1 second, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, man. Big game last night in Philadelphia as the Super Bowl champs Philadelphia Eagles took on the Detroit Lions in Philly at Lincoln Financial Stadium. The final score was a score of 16-9. Jalen Hurts' lone touchdown leads the Eagles to a 16-9 victory over the Detroit Lions in a lackluster offensive game. The Eagles are positioned again to make a strong run at another Super Bowl, not solely on the arms of Jalen Hurts, the legs of Saquon Barkley, and other marquee offensive players all NFL fans know, but on a defense that has churned out a string of masterpieces that fired them at the top of the NFC. Get to know these names. It might come in handy around early February. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Jalen Phillips, Nicole Dean. The Lions were just the latest playoff hopeful to have their best efforts derailed by defensive coordinator Vic Fangio's crew. Jalen Hurts scored the only touchdown in an otherwise feeble effort from the Philadelphia Eagles offense, and it was enough to lead them to a 16-9 win over the Detroit Lions, who failed on every fourth down try Sunday night. Here's a quote from Eagles coach Nick Sirianni. He says, "As I watched football today, I saw a lot of teams waiting to lose. Our team is waiting to win because they know how to win. There's something to be said for that, of knowing how to win. The Eagles' record is now 8-2, and they are the only team in the NFC East with more than 3 wins and the second one in their conference to 8 victories, putting them in pole position to take the top seed and earn home field advantage throughout the upcoming playoffs as the Super Bowl champs look to go for a repeat to win back-to-back titles. Um, Let me read some stats right here for y'all. Jalen Hurts threw only for 135 yards last night, as also Saquon Barkley, he ran for 83 yards and another average outing of a season after he topped 2,000 yards rushing. And former 1,000-yard receivers, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, they only combined for 9 catches for 57 yards each. Uh, they have scored only a combined 26 points in the last game, with those equaling both wins. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry about that. I hate when people be trying to text me while I'm live. All right, give me 1 second. Sorry for the wait. Let's see. On the other side of the ball, the Detroit Lions, they had made Dan Campbell the offensive coordinator to some degree. He was calling some plays. He basically took over for the new OC, John Morton, who was the play caller last week. Dan Campbell wasn't ready to say it was a permanent move, although he called plays against the Eagles. Campbell wasn't much of an improvement. So I think he needs to go back to John Morton and let him call the plays as the season prolongs. On the Lions side of things, the Lions' notably failure came in the third quarter while trailing 13-6 after Jared Goff connected with Jamar Gibbs for 42-yard gain that took the ball to the Eagles' 22. The Lions went on to get a first and goal at the 8, but they turned the ball over on downs. Let's see. Jared Goff said that they are a good dot 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 defense. The Eagles at least took advantage of their best scoring chance inside the 10, as Saquon Barkley had a 5-yard touchdown run in the second quarter, overturned by a replay review. A momentary setback once Hurts scored from a 1 yard out. Yes, on a tush push. 16 seconds left, sent the Eagles in the halftime with a 13-16 lead. Kicker Jake Elliott kicked field goals 27 and 34 and a half, and he made a 49-yarder in the fourth for a 16-6 lead. Let's see here. I'm not sure what the Eagles are gonna do with AJ Brown after this season, because as I just feel like he needs to shut the hell up, bro. Like, just play ball, bro. You're getting paid millions of dollars and you're winning games. You're 8-2. You're leading the NFC right now. What are you complaining about, bro? You're not always going to get the ball. And that's the problem with a lot of star receivers. They feel like they're entitled. You're not always going to get a pass coming to you. You're not always going to get the ball. You're not always going to get the ball. That's the whole point of football. Sometimes Devontae Smith might be the hot receiver. Uh, Sometimes, what's the other tight end they got over there? Goddard, he might be the hot target. Saquon might be hot, his rushing might be keeping them in the game, and he could go off for 50, 60, 70 yards for the day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts' legs might be keeping them in the game by him rushing for extra yards and keeping them in the game as well. So you got to look on it on both sides. And also, the defense could be getting pick sixes and fumble recoveries for scores, and that's how you win. But if you really look at the Eagles this year, their defense is keeping them alive. So we have to keep an eye on that more than anything. But I do feel like the Eagles' defense beat the Lions down versus the offense. And I don't want to get too long-winded, you guys, but tonight, make sure you tune in right now to ABC ESPN. The Dallas Cowboys are taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. This is the Tubi game of the week. Shout out to my dog, DJ Wells from Club 520. He always say that when teams that are bad play against each other. I'm not watching this game, but I will look at the highlights when I'll get up in the morning and turn on ESPN. But shout out to the both of those teams. We beat both of those teams, by the way. Bear down. We beat the Cowboys, and we damn for sure beat the Raiders. Put belt eyes on the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to the Chicago Bears. We are 7-3. first in the division, first in the NFC North. We got Pittsburgh coming up this week, and there is a report saying right now that Aaron Rodgers has a hurt wrist. I think they say he has a wrist fracture, or it looks like it could be a broken wrist. Uh, there's a game time decision on him playing. He's probable for Sunday's game in Pittsburgh. They'll be taking on the Bears. The Bears will be visiting Pittsburgh on the road this upcoming Sunday. Hopefully we put belt to ass on them, but I know it's gonna be a dog fight because I can tell you this. TJ Watt and those guys, they're gonna be wanting to get at Caleb Williams, especially Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay and those guys in the secondary. So definitely keep an eye on that. But let's switch it up real quick. Let's get into some basketball, man. I know y'all been wanting to tap in with more basketball. I just wanted to get that in the way. Um let me see. The Houston Rockets, man, they have been balling, my boy. The Houston Rockets are 9-3 right now. They are on top of the Western Conference. Um, I am a huge fan of Alperen Sengun, man. I feel like this guy could be starting in the All-Star game this year. The way he's been playing, he's one of the best centers in basketball right now, bro. A lot of people early on in his career was calling him Baby Jokic. For those of you who don't know, Nikola Jokic, the center that plays for the Denver Nuggets, three-time MVP. Their games are they mirror each other's games and they're very similar in their style of play offensively. But last night the Houston Rockets beat the Orlando Magic by a score of 117 to 113 as Kevin Durant had 35 points, Alperen Sengun had 30 points, 12 rebounds, um, and led those guys to a overtime victory. Um, Orlando led by a point when Amin Thompson put the Rockets on top on a dunk with an assist from KD with less than a minute left in overtime. Jabari Smith Jr. blocked a layup by Franz Wagner, and Durant's step back jumper made it 113-110 with 9.2 seconds left. Wagner made two free throws with 8.7 seconds to go, pulling the Magic within one. But Reed Shepard made two free throws for the Houston Rockets to extend the lead to 115-112 with 4.1 seconds left. Veteran big man Wendell Carter Jr. made one free throw, but was called for a lane violation on the second attempt, making the Houston's leading 115 to 113. Thompson made two free throws after that to seal Houston's fourth straight victory. I have to give a great assessment with this right now, man. I really love both of these teams. I'm a huge fan of P5, is what I call him, Paulo Banchero, the star of this young Orlando Magic team. I do love the addition of Desmond Bain. I feel like he's been picking it up the last few games I've watched um, of Orlando, just seeing highlights and actually watching some of their games. I did watch them play last week against the Atlanta Hawks. They did lose to the Hawks, by the way. They played on NBC. Desmond Bain, man, I feel like he's now getting comfortable coming from Memphis. I know it was a huge adjustment for him with P5 and Franz Wagner taking most of the shots on offense and also Jalen Suggs. So he had to basically get in where he fit in it. But once you're a guard that can shoot the ball, and he damn for sure can shoot the ball, as we've seen many times in his career with the Grizzlies down in Memphis. He was averaging damn near 23 to 25 points a game. And on many nights when John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. didn't have it going, he was putting up sometimes 30 points a night. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to give our big round of applause for how he's been playing lately. Um, so we definitely gonna see. Yes. I was texting my girl, y'all. My bad. Yeah, man. KD, man. KD has just came over there and it's plug and play. At this point in Kevin Durant's career, he's 37 years old. We don't know how many years left he has. I think KD, yeah, I think KD can this team can get to the finals, bro. I think they have a chance to they have a chance to really get to the Western Conference Finals. And I did say coming into this season that KD was going to put a spark into these young guys, especially Amin Thompson. You could easily tell that him and also Jabari Smith Jr. they really looked up to Kevin Durant coming up. You know what I'm saying, as well as guys like Sengun and Reed Shepard on that team, you know what I'm saying? And I think they're still missing free agent pickup Dorian Finney Smith. I don't think he's played 1 minute of basketball yet. So that's going to be huge when he gets back. Another great wing defender and a 3-point knockdown shooter in him. One guy I wish the Lakers would have kept, but the Lakers would have probably been over the salary. So it did make sense for him to move on and Rockets to take on him and his contract. So um what else I want to say? Oh, I did see Victor Wembanyama dunk on Draymond Green over the weekend. That was crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie. I did see that. Um it was like that was crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Um I do love what the Spurs look like this year. I did say I've told a few of my homies that, and just people in the basketball world that I chop it up with on X, Twitter. That is for everybody that's on Twitter. Um, I gotta say this, man. Wimby, bro. Those young guys over there, I did watch them play last week. I watched them beat the Bulls in a late heroic game on a comeback. Uh, Wimby had like 38 and 10, bro. He was going crazy, bonkers, out of his friggin' mind. Stephon Castle had a triple double in the game last week. I really love this team, man. And now they got a firepower back in getting a starting point guard, De'Aaron Fox, Swiper, that's what they call him. Huge getting him back because you gotta know, bro. You put Fox and Wimby in that pick and roll, bro. It's gonna be hard to stop them guys, man. If they really get a great top five, top six playoff seed when the playoffs roll around come springtime, bro. So you definitely gotta give the Spurs, put them on watch, on the radar watch for sure for a team that could easily might knock somebody off. Um, I did see James Harden had a big game over the weekend as well. He had a 41-point triple double game. Um, he's still James Harden, bro. Even though he has an ass team, they have to trade Kawhi Leonard at the deadline, bro. He's out right now, and there's no report on why he's out. I know it's been a lot of smut on his name with that little scandal that he had with him getting paid from a company that the owner Steve Ballmer had put together for him, and he was getting paid for sitting out games allegedly and shit like that. But I seen another podcast say the same. Other podcasts been saying that lately too, and I've been saying it before. A lot of people been saying it. They gotta get Kawhi Leonard the fuck up out of there, bro. Just like how Memphis gotta get Ja Morant the fuck up out of Memphis, they gotta move them cats around, bro. There's no reason why this dude has unlimited PTO, my nigga. He is in street clothes more than he is in a jersey and some shorts and some New Balance sneakers. Like, come on, bro. You gotta go, bro. Like, you've been in LA. You probably was even the reason to why that Paul George ended up bouncing and Norman Powell. These was guys, especially Norman Powell, MPZ is what I call him. He's in Miami going crazy right now, bro. And y'all ended up not paying him what he wanted, but you went and got washed up as Bradley Beal, and now he's out for the season with a bad hip. Norman Powell is in Miami averaging 25 points a game right now, cooking shit with God. And mind you, they don't even really have Tyler Hero right now. He playing with Bam Adebayo and Andrew Wiggins, who used to be with Golden State. So you gotta think, bro. Teams that got aging superstars that ain't adding value, y'all gotta move cats around, man. You got to. Like it doesn't call for. your team to be held in basketball purgatory with injuries. You look at the teams that everybody thought was good before the season. Everybody was saying, "Oh, the Dallas Mavericks. Oh, they might get to the finals if Kyrie comes back." Look here, bro. Kyrie ain't coming back right now. I'll be surprised if I see Kyrie Irving put on a Dallas Mavs uniform this year. They talking about moving Anthony Davis. Klay Thompson is a shell of himself. He over here eating spaghetti and fish plates from Megan Thee Stallion. He ain't focused on basketball right now. Clay is just doing what he want to do. You got Jason Kidd playing Cooper Flag at the point guard position. Cooper Flag ain't no damn point guard. Cooper Flag is a 4 or 5, my boy. He's a 3-4, not even a 5, because he plays small forward, power forward. Yeah, he can handle the ball from time to time, but his handles ain't up there like that. He ain't Kyrie. He ain't Steph Curry. He ain't no damn James Harden. This man ain't no point guard, bro. Put him at his respective position. Put him on that block. Let him post these little dudes up and get his 20 and 10. What we doing, J Kid? Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. And then last week, they fired Nico Harrison, the guy who went and made the trade for Luca. Thank you, by the way. I want to say thank you. Thank you, Nico Harrison, for giving us Luca, giving my Lakers Luca Doncic. Because I ain't gonna lie. Luca is looking like the second coming of a young Larry Bird right now. That boy is putting up 37, 9, and 9. Them is Michael Jordan type numbers, bro. Real shit. Like Luca is balling out of his mind. He got Austin Reeves looking like the second coming of John Stockton. Like, no funny shit. Like, I gotta say that, bro. Like, I love who my Lakers look right now. And King LeBron ain't even played 1 minute of basketball yet. Bronny played last night, by the way. He actually started for the first time. So shout out to Bronny James, man. But even DeAndre Ayton, a dude that I've criticized over the years when he was in Phoenix and Portland, I ain't like us signing him, but I ain't gonna lie. The last few games, that boy, he looking like how he looked in Phoenix when they made the finals a few years ago. So I'm gonna just say, man, keep it up. LeBron, I think, will be coming back probably maybe going into December. I know he's been down in the G League gearing up with the South Bay Lakers. That's the Lakers developmental league team. So hopefully LeBron will be back before Christmas. I looked for that to happen. But let me not get long winded. I don't want to stay on here too long. I just wanted to come on here and record real quick to let y'all know what's going on, give y'all an update. I want to give a shout out to G Herbo, man. I know I didn't get a chance to talk about no music as I always do throughout the show. Shout out to G Herbo for the new album, Lil Herb. He debuted at number 15 on the Billboard charts. That is big for him. I think that's one of his highest selling charting albums so far throughout his prestigious career. I did see him have his media run. I watched his interview with Fat Joe and Jadakiss last week on their podcast. Shout out to Joe and Jada. I saw him on the Breakfast Club. I saw him on a couple other um, prestigious platforms within the culture. Great album. I also saw him last week. I went to see Drewski, the comedian Drewski. He was in the city. He brought a few artists out. Shout out to Young and May. Shout out to Big X Plug from Dallas. Shout out to Soldier Boy. Shout out to Polo G. Shout out to Nav Green and the comedian Nav Green. He was on stage with him. And my dog Ben the Don. They was out there wild and they was dressed in they long white tees and headbands, looking like the franchise boys and shit. But that shit was hilarious, man. Definitely dope show. I want to give him a big shout out of putting on for the city, bringing the city out. Great show, man. Make sure you guys check out that tour. I think that tour might be coming to an end in a few weeks. Shout out to Drewski, man. But also music. I do want to give a shout out to Wale, man. One of my favorite artists of the last decade and a half. A lot of people give Wale flack just because I guess how he moves and he's not an industry darling. He's not a nigga that is in the mix too much. He don't kiss ass and try to be buddy buddy with everybody. And that's one thing I respect about Wale throughout his career. He's had back and forth with a few artists, even artists on his label. Like Meek Mill, him and Meek one point in time had, a back and forth. But Ross kind of got in the middle of that and made them kind of sit down and talk and all that. But I don't want to be long winded on that. His new album, it costs a lot. Um, Dope album, bro. He got a lot of 90s samples on here, bro. My favorite record so far has been Conundrum, the intro. I've been playing that a lot. I just love a sample of that. And Belly as well is one of my favorite records. He also got some Afrobeat vibes on here too. Leon Thomas is on this album, one of my favorite new R&B artists. He obviously has, I would say, the best R&B album I've heard in probably the last 5 years with Mutt on there and a lot of other stuff songs like Vibes Don't Lie, um, Breaking Point. That was also one of my favorite records. Um, I think he's also nominated for a Grammy as well. I think best R&B album for the Grammys. Also want to take a time to give a shout out to my dog Belly Gang Cushington, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This dude right here, bro, he bringing back that old 506 vibe in on this real trap music right now, bro. Like real street music. He's like the second coming of like a Jeezy mixed with a young Scooter, bro. Like make sure y'all get his new project that's out right now. Dope friggin' album, bro. Dope album. A lot of remakes, a lot of classic songs from the early 2000s. Fire, bro. Fire. Shout out to Belly Gang, man. Keep doing your thing, bro. Look to hear more and much success. Um, Trying to think of who else I'm feeling right now musically. Kodak, man. A lot of people did not know Kodak dropped the album. I didn't know Kodak dropped the album. As I was in traffic over the weekend, I was scrolling on SoundCloud and I stumbled upon a new Kodak album. I said, damn, Kodak got a new song. So went on his page, looked in, it was a full length album. He got sounded like that 2016, 17 Kodak. He got a lot of dope features on there. Don Tolliver is on there. One of my favorite artists right now. Shout out to Don. He got Lil Yachty's on there. And he's just rapping he talking his shit, bro. He's swagging on that joint. So shout out to Yak, man. Dope album. Make sure y'all check that out. Right now, all DSPs, all streaming platforms, man. But I just want to name off some games for tonight. I'm about to close out soon. Milwaukee Bucks playing the Cleveland Cavs right now. They're in the second quarter. Milwaukee is up 55-53. The Indiana Pacers, they're down right now in the second quarter as well to the Detroit Pistons. The score of 55-40. The Clippers and the Philly 76ers. Clippers are up by 10 points, score of 56-46. And the Miami Heat and the New York. It seemed like Miami, New York just played Friday. I think they played the NBA Cup game and the Knicks won over the weekend. I did see a little bit of that game. Miami is up 36-35 with 6:45 left before halftime. Toronto Raptors are up on the Charlotte Hornets 40-34. Minnesota and Dallas just got underway. T-Wolves are up on the Mavs 17-13. And I do believe our Chicago Bulls play tonight. They are 6-6 right now. They've lost their last five, and they're playing Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. So that might be another L on their resume. Excuse me. And the NBA defending champs, the OKC Thunder, they are taking on the New Orleans Pelicans, who have the worst record in the league right now. And they all speaking of New Orleans Pelicans, great segue. They fired their head coach over the weekend, Willie Green. Willie Green coached for this team for over the last 6, 7 years. Throughout this time period, they did make the playoffs, and they just I don't know. There's a lot of head scratching going on over there and down in New Orleans. Zion Williamson's health has been a big question mark. When will he get healthy and stay healthy? And he actually has done that this year, but he's already gotten himself hurt. I don't know if I'm Willie Green is the one to blame. I think it's the talent, but sometimes the coach can, a lot of players could just zone out and a lot, when you're trying to rally your troops, a lot of the like it could be out of sight, out of mind. So hopefully Willie Green will get another coaching job in this league. If not, maybe go back to being an assistant because he was an assistant coach before he became a head coach. And Willie Green has always been a great model citizen in the NBA. I remember when he played for the Philadelphia 76ers back when Allen Iverson was playing. He was his teammate for a few years, and then he became a coach years later. But trying to think if I missed any other topic or game that was big over the weekend. Oh, I didn't talk about my Kansas City Chiefs. We get right into that. Kansas City Chiefs. Let me pull my notes right up here. Oh Lord. Man, I don't know, bro. I think this is the year that the Chiefs may not make the playoffs, man. Um, it seems like Patrick Mahomes looks a little slower right now. I don't know if y'all noticed that out there, y'all. I don't know if it's me or I don't know, bro. I just don't think this team is. I don't know. It seems like they're clearly not on the same page because one of our former Bears coaches, Matt Nagy, he was the coach previously when I think when Justin Fields first got here. No, when Mitchell Trubisky was here. Um he was in the same draft class as Pat Mahomes and Deshaun Watson, who's in Cleveland right now. But Matt Nagy, he's calling the plays for this team, and I feel like he ain't doing a great job. So he might be on his job might be on the line. I key because for one, Patrick Mahomes just don't look like he got the same flair, the same swag this year like he's had in past. You gotta look at it like this, bro. It's at some point the bully is gonna get the throne, and in the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs have been putting belt to ass for the last 5 to 7 years. They have been like how the Golden State Warriors were in the NBA for the last decade, basically. And everybody compares Patrick Mahomes is like the Steph Curry of the NFL, bro. It's like he does miraculous shit on on that field, throwing no look passes, comeback wins, all of that. But we have not seen that this year. So we gonna get right to the shits, man. Kansas City Chiefs game plan seems sound, especially without reigning defensive player of the year. What's my boy name right here? Sorry, y'all. Denver Broncos cornerback Pat Surtain. Travis Kelsey and Xavier Worthy and Tyquan Thornton also did not have big games yesterday, but it seemed like in that second half they were getting more catches on short, medium passes. Um, this was a quote from Pat Mahomes. He said, "The only problem was those early deep shots were off the mark. I guess I just got to make great throws." Mahomes said after the game. There's no other way around it. Determined not to go on three and out on their first possession, the Chiefs got 11 yards on their first play from scrimmage. A short pass to Rashay Rice, then Mahomes immediately looked deep. Xavier Worthy beat his man down deep in the middle of the field. The play was designed for Travis, Pat Mahomes said. I think Travis was wide open, but you have these alerts on your plays and how the safety was hitting. With Xavier's speed, I knew that he changed down the field. I was gonna give him a chance, kind of like I did with Taekwon later in the game. Um, Bo Nix, he was balling, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He threw a great slant route to Cortland Sutton, their top wideout, and that closed the game right there with about a minute and a half left. Mahomes stats right here. He finished with 29 to 45 for 276 yards with one touchdown to Travis Kelsey and one interception. His 61-yard completion to Tyquan Thornton was the longest of the receiver's career, and Thornton's seventh of the season of at least 25 yards. It set up the Chiefs' first touchdown in Denver since Juju Smith-Schuster in 2022. I gotta say, man, the Chiefs record right now is 5-5. And as a Chiefs fan, I gotta say that it's not looking too good, man. I don't know, bro. It's looking nasty. It's nasty work, bro. It's nasty work, bro. I don't know, man. The Bears have a better record than Kansas City right now. The Patriots have a better record than the Kansas City Chiefs. The frigging Indianapolis Colts, a team that been ass for the last 5+ years. They're one of the second best. They are the second best team in the AFC right now. So let me see as I look at this schedule right here. We got the Colts next week, bro. Jonathan Taylor, who might be the MVP, he's top two, if not top three, the best running back in NFL right now. This dude ran for 3 touchdowns last week and won in an overtime game overseas last week. We got to play them. And my dog, Indiana Jones, Daniel Jones. So that will be this upcoming Sunday. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games left in the season, as this will be week 12 upcoming. I don't know, bro. They have a real winnable schedule, but two teams that they've lost to already this year, the Chargers and the Denver Broncos, they just got their number this year. Division games are what they call the black and blue games. As you've seen, we got our revenge yesterday on the Minnesota Vikings. So I'm gonna talk my shit all week. Probably gonna throw on my Caleb Williams jersey at some point this week. I don't give a damn if you ain't a Bears fan, but if you from the Shy, put your orange and navy blue on because we lit right now. You already know the vibes, bro. You know what time it is. You know it's time to bear down. Stand up, do what you got to do to show love to the squad, and we gonna do what we do when we play Pittsburgh this Sunday, bro. Because it's gonna be belt to ass. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Aaron Rodgers may not play on Sunday, so they might have to use a backup quarterback. So if Aaron Rodgers is out, you already know what time it is, bro. We finna win. We are going to win, bro. Ain't no way we losing with no Aaron Rodgers playing. And if it happens, I'm gonna be blue because that's just the fan in me and the competitor I am in sports. I just love, I love this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be too long winded, man, but definitely make sure you guys like, rate, and subscribe for me, please. It don't cost to hit that like button. Super violate that like button, bro. Run these numbers up, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, text a friend to text a friend, DM a friend to DM a friend. Let everybody know out there that this is one of the best sports podcasts in the town right now. That I'm gonna give y'all the information y'all want to hear. I'm not gonna tell y'all what y'all want to hear. I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all need to hear. That's the difference. This ain't your regular sports show. We gonna talk our shit. The fellas will be back. Everybody just been busy right now with work and kids and everything going on. So shout out to Phil, shout out to Ed. Definitely gonna have those brothers back on in the next episodes to come. We just trying to reset and try to get a new studio so we could lock in and be even more professional on the pro tip. So definitely thank y'all for watching tonight. Y'all be safe out there. Hug your loved ones, and we out. Peace.